What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be having another look at the UDI RC 1607. It's a gorgeous looking car, but I'll be honest, when I got it out of the box and took it for a drive, personally I think it drove like absolute crap. I did not enjoy driving this at all. I was not impressed. Now the main issues were it was pulling to the right when I was accelerating, it would then pull to the left when I was decelerating. I just did not enjoy driving it. Fair enough, if you're getting wheel spin and the back end starts kicking out and stuff, that doesn't bother me, that's all in your driving style. But when the car just does it, I would just lightly accelerate and do maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour and it would just pull right. I was not impressed with it, but I really want to enjoy this car because I've seen a lot of people have a lot of really good luck with these. So what I've done is I've got a few mods for it and I'm gonna do a few of them, see what needs to be done to get them to handle well, trying to keep it as stock as possible, and then afterwards, if I want to, I might just go all out with it. So what I've done is I have got the metal diffs for it, which apparently sorts the issues with the diffs. They come really stiff out the factory, which is probably part of the reason why it's pulling right and left. But also I have a servo which I think will fit. I just had it laying around, so if it does fit, I'm going to stick it in and see how it does. And that's going to be the sort of basic mods that hopefully will fix the issue of it pulling left or right when you're driving it around. Just having a bit of fun. If that sorts it, then I might leave it there. If not, then I have a 30 amp Hobbywing ESC and I'm going to stick my Dumbo receiver in there because that has a gyro that actually works really well. So if it is still undrivable after all that, then honestly I'm just going to give up on the car, probably put it back stock and give it to someone. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna go put those metal diffs in, see if the servo will fit, and if it does, I'll stick that in, and then we'll take it out for a test drive. So here it is with the first set of mods done. We've got that new Metal Gear servo in there. You can kind of see the metal splines there. I've still got the stock servo saver on there for now, but I might swap that to a solid servo horn at some point if I can. And then if we have a look in here, you can see the metal diff cups, but that is all a solid metal diff, metal gears, internal and external, metal input gears as well. And now you can see that the diffs actually do what diffs are supposed to do. So although having the diffs fully wide open like this might not be the best for handling in all situations, seeing as they are actually open now, I can put different weight oils in them to tune the car to run how I want it to tune. Right, so we're out by the garages. The stability is turned all the way off, so let's see how this goes. Yes, there you go. So now with these metal diffs, you can see when I accelerate, before I put these diffs in, when I accelerated, the car would pull to the right, and when I decelerated, it would pull to the left. Now this is with the stability all the way off, so I don't even have any gyro or anything going right now, and it's just doing its thing. So the gyro, no, the metal diffs are 100% a must-do upgrade in my opinion. That's no gyro at all now. You don't even need the gyro on. Oh, that was a good crash. Now the car is actually handleable.
That new servo is just grabbing on, actually turning, being responsive. This is awesome. So I'm going to leave it there for now, guys, and then I'm going to go stick the new Hobbywing ESC in there and the Dumbo receiver. I don't think I'm even going to need the gyro, unless might need it on a 3S speed run, but this car is friggin' awesome now. So yeah, gonna go stick those things in and we'll see how this thing goes on 3S. So got the car here, ripped the old ESC receiver out, and I've got quick run 16 BL 30, and it looks like it is going to fit in there perfectly. So stick it in there, got some double-sided tape, stick the on-off switch somewhere, hook all these wires up together, bosh a receiver in there, and we will go back out and test it. So I'm going to be using the Dumbo RC receiver and transmitter. The receiver has a built-in gyro in it, so I will still have the option for gyro if I want to, which if I end up speed running this on 3S I might do. Don't even know if this thing's going to be able to handle 3S, the ESC I mean, and honestly I don't know if the motor can even handle it, but we shall see. So yeah, I'm going to stick all that together and then we'll see how it goes. So here we are. As you can see, I've swapped the body posts over so that I can fit the original breaker truck style shell. So I'll show you what I've done now. One thing I would suggest is, if you are going to keep the original ESC transmitter and battery, to not upgrade to a digital metal geared servo, because when I was running it last time the servo was glitching out a bit. The ESC couldn't provide enough power for the servo, so it was glitching out quite a lot. So if you just want to upgrade the diffs, you can do that and it will completely change how the car drives. But what I've done now is, obviously I've got that upgraded servo in there, much more responsive, more accurate, especially if you didn't run the servo saver and you just run a normal servo horn. It will be super accurate, super responsive. So what I have done is I've put the Hobbywing quick run 16 BL 30 in there. That should be able to handle this motor on 2 and 3S. I've got a 2S LiPo in there. Ignore all the dodgy wiring and all that kind of stuff. And then I've got a Dumbo 6FG in there. So it's got the gyro in there if I want it, but I'm going to run it without the gyro to start off with. And then we'll just see how it runs. I might use the gyro if I'm running it on 3S and try and do a speed run or something. But for now, I'm going to run it no gyro on this 2S battery just to see how it performs. I haven't done the wiring for the lights yet, but that is something I'm going to look into in the future. But for now, let's just get this out there and see how it runs on a 2S LiPo with this setup. Here we are, back by the garages. Everything's switched on, so let's see how it goes. Wow, it's got a lot more punch. This is so much better. With the Dumbo receiver and that ESC, the response is instant. The throttle response is amazing. Bit more punch and power on the LiPo battery. Got the quick response from this transmitter and the ESC. Oh, cornered myself there. Oh, we got out. Nice. Nice full throttle run there. Actually driving straight, it's all controllable now. Oh, this is brilliant. This is what I wanted from it out the box. It drives beautifully now. Yes. Gonna have to take this to a nice open spot. Although it's fun here, I think it might be fun to take it to a car park, parking lot, whatever you want to call it. Set up some cones, maybe if they have some light posts, make a little track. This thing handles beautifully now. You can actually control it. You can still slide it a bit, even on the rubber tyres. Get a bit sideways. Oh, pushed it a bit there. Now, if you're bashing like this, I wouldn't run it on 3S. This is more than enough power to have fun on for a car this size. But I think the motor, although it will handle 3S if you're doing a couple of speed runs or something, with this constant on and off throttle, braking and that kind of stuff for bashing, I don't think the motor would handle it. Although the ESC might be able to handle it, I think the motor would just end up overheating. This is probably going to overheat the, not overheat the motor, but it's going to heat up the motor pretty well. But this is absolutely perfect for what I want now. This is exactly what I wanted out of this car. It looks great with that shell on. It looks great with the Porsche shell on. And now it handles well. It's got the responsiveness thanks to this transmitter and the ESC. Got that 2S LiPo in there, so got plenty of punch. But yeah, this is exactly what I wanted out of this car. So yeah, at the end now, I'm just going to drive it around for a minute, have some fun. I'll do a little outro, explain to you guys what I think you should do, and what I think of all these mods. But yeah, thanks. So all in all, I am really happy with how that turned out. If you were getting this car and you don't want to modify it much, the one thing I would suggest for most people to do is to get those metal diffs, because the plastic ones that you get stock, some people have good luck with them, some people like I did have bad luck with them, and they just bind and they do not do what they're supposed to do. You may as well have a solid axle in there that slips sometimes. It's not predictable and the car did not handle well. So if you're just going to do like one mod, I would suggest just swap into those metal diffs so that you can actually get them to work how a diff should work. Now the servo made responsiveness so much better, but the problem with that is if you go up to a digital servo like I did, then it needs a lot more power, which basically means you have to do the ESC and the receiver upgrade. All in all, with all the upgrades together, with that 30 amp brushless speed controller and me using a Dumbo receiver, obviously you don't need a Dumbo receiver specifically, but that's the one I have, it handled absolutely great. I didn't even use the gyro and I could get it to do what I wanted to. I absolutely had a blast driving it around. It was pretty hot after we got to the end of that 1500 milliamp 2S LiPo, but yeah, so I wouldn't suggest running it 3S for bashing. If you're going to do speed runs, then you shouldn't have an issue as long as you keep an eye on temperatures. But all in all, the diffs are a must-do upgrade. The other upgrades are optional, but if you do want to do them, they will transform that car into a little beast. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the videos, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Any questions, just leave them in the comment and I will try to answer them as quick as I can. Peace, guys.